and then we'll get started. So welcome to our first ever virtual mortarboard initiation. This type of event has been a dream of ours since I joined Mortarboard in the national office last summer. It is a way to support our chapters who have initiated new members and who may want to participate in a larger initiation ceremony with other chapters. This evening, we have new collegiate members who will officially be considered Mortarboard members within the hour. We have alumni and national leaders who will participate as speakers, and others who are here to support our new collegiate members, including current members, chapter advisors, and family and friends of our new initiates who have joined us to celebrate on this momentous occasion. So welcome, and thank you for taking time out of your weekend to celebrate our impressive new members who are joining our society today. We do have a robust agenda for this hour, but we want this to be the most meaningful experience possible for each of you. So as you are able, we invite you to turn on your camera and use the chat function. We also ask that you include your chapter name and/or role. For example, if you're a proud parent or a University of Richmond initiate, let us know. We will take a group picture later. We'll give you a heads up when that's going to happen, but please make sure you are camera ready soon for that to happen. So with that, I'd like to officially start the initiation ceremony by playing a song that the Mortarboard Singers recorded in 2020 in preparation for our first virtual national conference.
Well, welcome. My name is Katie Chick, and I serve as the National President of Mortarboard, and I am so thrilled to be here today. I hope you enjoyed the song from the Mortarboard Singers, several of whom are on the call today. Our President of the National Foundation, Dr. Barb Arnold, and our immediate past President, Gail Harrison Corbett. I may miss a few others, but thank you for your gifts several years ago that just keep giving. As Kirsten mentioned, this is our first national virtual initiation ceremony, and we are thrilled to welcome so many of you to our membership tonight. We will be welcoming new members from 7 different chapters: Butler University, Northern Colorado, Northern Michigan University, Northern Illinois, the University of Maryland, the University of Richmond, and West Texas A&M, and we couldn't be more thrilled to see so many new members joining our ranks. Tonight, first, you'll hear about Mortarboard, who we are as a national organization and what our purpose is. Then we'll begin the formal initiation ceremony, inviting new initiates to come off of mute as we will formally ask you to take up the torch of leadership. From there, we'll hear more about Mortarboard's history, both nationally and on the campuses represented here tonight. And before finalizing the initiation, we'll read Mortarboard's official poem, The Torch. Then we'll get to the best part of the ceremony, officially welcoming our collegiate members into membership. Also, what group Zoom would be complete without a picture? If you missed it earlier, Kirsten shared, we will take a picture at the end of the evening to celebrate this momentous occasion. And so make sure your camera ready for that part of the call tonight. And now, without further ado, I'll start by sharing more about the organization that unites us tonight, Mortarboard. Mortarboard is a National Senior Honor Society of college seniors, recognizing our members for their qualities of superior scholastic ability, outstanding and continual leadership, and dedication and service to the university community. The Mortarboard is a symbol of ancient honor and distinction. You see several members wearing one tonight. In the earliest universities, students adopted the clerical or monastic robes as a sign that they were devoting their lives to the profession of learning. We too wear a distinguishing sign, the Mortarboard. In ancient days, students from many lands who spoke diverse tongues were able to meet on a common ground by using the classic language of learning. So we too, students in many universities and colleges, are bound by the 3 Greek letters Pi, Sigma, Alpha, representing the ideals of mortarboard: scholarship, service, and leadership. The gold of our colors stands for achievement and the silver for opportunity. The purpose of mortarboard is set forth in Article 2 of our national bylaws and will be read by our Executive Director, Dr. Kirsten Fox from the Mabel G. Freeman chapter at the Ohio State University.
Great, thank you, Katie. I also want to take this time to mention before we get started, I also wanted to quickly thank, we have a few other members of our national office on the call, including Benjamin Phlox, Kara Lisenby, and Francie Kaufman. So I did want to point them out really quickly and thank them while I had the opportunity to be in front of everyone. All right, here officially is our purpose as stated in the national bylaws. We, the undersigned, recognizing the advantage of a national union of senior honor societies, do hereby unite to form a national society whose purpose shall be to facilitate cooperation among those societies, to contribute to the self-awareness of its members, to promote equal opportunities among all peoples, to emphasize the advancement of the status of women, to support the ideals of the college or university, to advance a spirit of scholarship, to recognize and encourage leadership, to provide service, and to establish the opportunity for a meaningful exchange of ideas as individuals and as a group.
Thank you, Kirsten. No matter how many times I hear our purpose, I continue to be inspired by what mortarboard members have done on our campuses and in the world for over 104 years. Now I want to turn my attention to our new initiates. Will the new initiates please turn your camera on, come off mute, and raise your hand as you are able? Will you strive earnestly to maintain these ideals and purposes? And if so, please respond, I will.
I will.
I will.
I will.
I will.
I love it. Thank you so much. And now, while it is an honor to be selected for membership in mortarboard, it's the willingness of each selected individual to make their commitment to continue to serve that differentiates an honor society from an honorary. When you accept membership, this acceptance indicates your agreement to accept the responsibility and obligation to be an active participant in your chapter. This commitment is an agreement to actively support the ideals of the society. With this honor, you will also accept accept the responsibility of active participation? And if so, please respond, I will.
I will.
I will.
I will.
Thank you. You may now go back on mute for a little while. I would love to invite 2 members of our National Council to read the national history of mortarboard. Dr. Patience Whitworth, our Vice President from the Mabel G. Freeman chapter at The Ohio State University, and Brianna Keaton from Washington State University.
Thank you, Katie. At the University of Chicago in 1915, a wearer of a gold pin in the shape of a mortarboard met with another wearer of a pin, not like her own, but in the shape of a mortarboard. Each one represented a group of senior college women striving to render service to their alma mater. The 2 talked together. If such an ideal existed on 2 American campuses, it probably existed on many other campuses of the country. Why were these groups with like ideals not united? The group of one wearers of the pin worked for 2 years to interest similar groups in the idea of a national organization of senior societies for women. With the result in that, in 1918, the delegates from 5 organizations met together representing the Ohio State University, Swarthmore College, the University of Michigan, Syracuse University, and Cornell University. On February 15th and 16th, they founded the first and only National Honor Society for Women and established the badge, motto, ritual, and constitution. The name for the new society referred to these local groups and mortarboard was chosen as a preference to Greek letter names. Thus, the new honor organization became its life on American campuses. It represented at first a small section of the country. Two more groups in the Middle West joined the original four during the 1918. It continued to spread throughout the Midwest and in the East, and going to the South for one chapter until the end of 1922, found a chapter roll of 18. A banner year for mortarboard was 1923, south to the Gulf, west to the Pacific, and the society was truly nationwide. The chapter roll has grown steadily since then. Now there are 232 chartered chapters in the nation. Bree?
Thank you, Patience. In 1975, a historic event occurred when membership in our formerly all-women's organization was extended to include men. This occurred at a special national conference that was convened in Kansas City, Missouri, to consider the ramifications of the regulations to Title IX, which prohibited sex discrimination by organizations on campuses that are recipients of federal funds. The purpose of the society was strengthened to include emphasis upon the advancement of the status of women. Delegates at the 23rd National Conference of Mortarboard in June of 1976 added to the purpose, quote, to promote equal opportunities among all peoples, end quote. At the 1985 conference in Columbus, Ohio, mortarboard delegates passed a resolution to initiate a national project to be chosen by vote of the delegates at the national conference. The delegates selected organ donor awareness as the first national project. In 2002, Reading is Leading was selected as the permanent project. In 1993, chapters across the country celebrated the 75th anniversary of mortarboard, and in 2018, members celebrated our centennial in Columbus, Ohio. In 1918, more than 250,000 members have been initiated in mortarboard. The history of mortarboard must be a chronicle of national growth, a record of women and men accomplishing countless services to colleges, universities, and students, and a story of local chapters whose achievements have been the strength that is mortarboard.
Thank you, Patience and Bree. And now I'd like to invite two of our section coordinators to share a little bit of the local history for our chapters who are participating in this year's virtual initiation. Kaylee Weicker, Region 3 Coordinator from the Ohio Northern Chapter of Mortarboard, and Alex Ballard, Region 5 Coordinator from Chapman University. Our chapter histories will be shared in the order in which they were installed as a mortarboard chapter.
Thanks, Katie. 1930. University of Richmond, Pi Alpha Chapter, Region 1. On Saturday, October 25th, 1930, Pi Alpha became a chapter of mortarboard at Westhampton College, the women's division of the University of Richmond. There were 7 active collegiate members, 3 honorary members, and close to 30 alumni who were extended membership privileges. The president of the Virginia Gamma chapter at William and Mary helped to install the new chapter at Richmond. 1934, University of Maryland, Adele H. Stamp Chapter, Region 1. The Women's Senior Honor Society was founded in the spring of 1925 by Dean of Women, Adele H. Stamp, to bring together women students of the senior class who have maintained a high standard of scholarship and leadership and who have at all times shown their willingness to serve the best interests of the university. Early initiations were always public and on the Sunday morning of Baccalaureate Sunday. The society started the traditional ivy planting on Class Day in 1925. The mortarboard chapter was installed in 1935, and the December 8th initiation and many alumni returned to be initiated. A formal tea was held the next day. 1956, Butler University, the Scarlet Quill Chapter, Region 3. Scarlet Quill was founded at Butler College in October 1921 as an honor group of senior women whose goal corresponding ideals of scholarship, leadership, and service. After meeting all requirements and successfully petitioning to join as a chapter of mortarboard, the chapter was installed on May 6, 1956. 8 collegiate members, 3 honorary members, and 83 alumni were initiated. 1971, Northern Illinois, the Pleiades Chapter, Region 4. The original Northern Illinois Senior Women's Honor Society was founded on June 2nd, 1938. The name Pleiades, the constellation of 7 stars, was the name chosen by the 7 original members. According to Greek mythology, the stars were sisters who were transformed by the gods and placed in the sky. They represent character, service, endurance, scholarship, sympathy, understanding, and leadership. Installation of the Pleiades chapter of Mortar Board was held on November 21st, 1971, with 28 active members and 72 alumni. Two past Mortar Board national presidents, Dr. Denise Rohde and Dan Turner, are Pleiades.
1972, University of Northern Colorado, the Gold Key Chapter, Region 6. In March of 1956, a faculty-student committee met to discuss the possibility of forming a senior women's honorary. The first constitution was drawn up and included grade point requirements, activities, and leadership characteristics as qualities of members. A late evening tapping was held for the newly established Gold Key Chapter, and the first meeting was held on April 18, 1956. The membership grew with more interest in cultural, societal, and educational experiences, and the Gold Key Chapter of Mortar Board was officially installed in 1972. 1979, Northern Michigan University, the Tellion Chapter, Region 2. Tellion was founded by the Associated Women Students in the spring of 1970 as an honor society for senior women. 8 charter members chose Tellion from the Greek word meaning ideal as the organization's name. Officially installed as a Mortar Board chapter on April 7, 1979, the advancement of the status of women has been a foundation to the chapter's programming, including partnering with the National Organization for Women and the Northern Michigan's Women's Centers. And finally, 1985, West Texas A&M Scribes Honor Chapter, Region 5. Before West Texas A&M was West Texas A&M, it was West Texas State University. In 1974, Scribes Honorary Society was founded at West Texas State University. Scribes Honor Society petitioned to become a chapter of Mortar Board, and on March 30th, 1985, the Scribes Honor Chapter of Mortar Board was installed. The chapter has had a strong commitment to academics, including a long commitment to recognizing an outstanding professor through an annual award.
Thank you, Kaylee and Alex. I just have to pause for a moment. I've been coming to Mortar Board conferences and events for the past 16 years, and never have I had a chance to hear read aloud 7 chapters' histories on one call. So what an honor and a gift to get to learn more about your own chapters, but the chapters of so many across the country. We were in Michigan, we were in Texas, we were in Richmond, across the country. And to think that there are 232 chapters that have similar histories, and we continue to grow our ranks. We have a new chapter we're going to install in the spring at the University of Charleston. I hope I got that name exactly right, but that Gail helped us bring on board. And so we are just, it is such a nice moment to hear those. So thank you for giving me the liberty of the pause. So to our new initiates, back to you. You've heard the history of today's Mortar Board, the way it developed from 2 women who shared a common set of ideals coming together to form a unique honor society in the United States. You heard about the roots of your own chapters, local organizations connecting with this National Honor Society, and seeing the value of being part of a broader community of scholar leaders. And you've learned about Mortar Board's ideals and purpose. And now tonight, you will add the next chapter in the history of Mortar Board. You've been chosen as leaders to foster all that is noble in your college or university, and you will not work alone. You will be bound in the loyalty of common ideals to other students and other institutions of learning who will strive with you to maintain and advance the ideals of Mortar Board. The alumni from your institution have paved the way forward. Will you answer the call to pave the way for the next generation? Your chapter presidents or advisors should have received a packet from the national office with your certificates and pins. And if you have your pin with you and it's not pinned on your shirt, you may pin it on your shirt now. Many of us are wearing our pins as a symbol of our common bond as Mortar Board members tonight. We charge you to give in leadership and service the best that is within you. And we charge you to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion on your campuses, doing what you can to promote equal opportunities for all people and continuing to advance the status of women. Now, our new initiates, if you will please turn on your camera and raise your hand as you're able. Having heard the purposes of Mortar Board and the responsibilities that you are expected to assume, will you receive the certificate and pin which make you a member of Mortar Board, accepting from us both the burden and the privilege? And if so, please respond, I will.
I will.
I will.
I will.
Will.
Wonderful. You as new members will recognize the stimulating opportunities of sharing interests among yourselves as a group of intelligent and concerned individuals, and we welcome you to our membership tonight. Now, as evidence of the trust we place in you, we ask you to affirm our bylaws by placing your signature in this virtual membership role, receiving your symbol of membership, and accepting the Mortar Board Certificate of Membership. Please use the chat feature to type your name and chapter or institution in the chat at this time. As you do that, our Executive Director, Kirsten Fox, will prepare to recite the Torch, a poem of great importance to Mortar Board members for nearly a century. In 1925, member Elizabeth Fury of our Torchbearer chapter at Florida State University introduced this version of the Torch to Mortar Board.
Thank you, Katie. Everyone gets emotional when they read it. I started to before I even did. The torch. The God of great endeavor gave me a torch to bear. I lifted it high above me in the dark and murky air. And straightway with loud hosannas, the crowd proclaimed its light and followed me as I carried my torch through the starless night. Till drunk with the people's praises and mad with vanity, I forgot 'twas the torch that they followed, and fancy they followed me. Then slowly my arm grew weary, upholding the shining load, and my tired feet went stumbling over the dusty road, and I fell with the torch beneath me. In a moment the light was out, when lo, from the throng, a stripling sprang forth with a mouthy shout, caught up the torch as it smoldered, and lifted it high and tall, till fanned by the winds of heaven, it fired the souls of all. And as I lay in the darkness, the feet of the trampling crowd passed over and far beyond me, its paeans proclaiming aloud. And I learned in the deepening twilight the glorious verity, 'tis the torch that the people follow, whoever the bearer may be.
Thank you, Kirsten. I am pleased to present these newly initiated members of Mortar Board. Now, I would like to ask everyone who's able to turn on your camera for that group photo we've been talking about. Our newest member of our national office, Ben Flox, our manager of membership and operations, will take our picture to mark this special occasion. So put on a smile, turn on your cameras, and Ben, let us know when you're finished taking a picture. And it looks like Dr. Clark is trying to pull several people into the screen there. So wonderful.
So fair warning, I may have to take a couple because it looks like there's a lot of cameras on here and I can't get them all on my screen. So here we go. We'll do the first one. Everyone give a great big smile. All right, we'll do one more. Perfect. All right, and now second screen. Give me 1 second here. It's taking. All right. Great big smile. I know you guys don't know what screen you're on, so everyone just keep smiling. All right, and we'll do one more. Keep those smiles. Perfect. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Ben. And it's a great problem to have. So many people that we had multiple screens. I love it. I know we do have some advisors, alumni, and maybe even family of new initiates. Feel free to indicate that in our chat or use an emoji to celebrate the initiates that you are here to celebrate tonight. Our national organization thanks you for your guidance and support of our newest members, and their success and selection to Mortar Board are a result in no small part of your presence in their lives. So thank you. Well, this concludes our ceremony tonight. Congratulations on being part of our first national virtual initiation ceremony. Say that 5 times fast. Thank you so much for being here. for being a part of our organization. You are trailblazers on your campus and also in Mortarboard. We hope to see you at an upcoming event, either with your section coordinators or during Mortarboard Week, which is the week of February 15th. We'll be celebrating our 105th anniversary as an organization. And so remember, Mortarboard is for life, and we hope you'll find many opportunities to forge your Mortarboard family, both on your campus and amidst our impressive alumni base, many of whom are here celebrating you tonight. You have shown unprecedented resilience during your college career and still emerge as someone top of your class and worthy of this great honor. I am honored to be in your midst. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Welcome to Mortarboard. And good luck on finals. I saw that note too. Thank you for making time during a busy season to be here. If anyone wants to stay on and chat, we can hang out, but otherwise I think we're finished with the recording and with tonight's ceremony. Thank you all so much.
Congratulations.